kissed me in the forehead, and he told me different things, and I literally saw, and Yeshua kissed me in the forehead, and he told me different things, and I literally saw, it was so real, a scroll put in front of my hand telling me to write, basically telling me to write what's never been written before and stuff, and he was guiding me. I looked up 10:22, and it says, after receiving this 3 days of darkness, it says Moses lifted up his staff, and there was darkness on the earth three and a half days. And then 27th, I believe, you can look it up. I challenge you guys to go all over the Bible, look up 10:22, 10:27. You'll be surprised at what you get. And I think the 27th said, "You will see my face no more," he said to Pharaoh, and about Satan seeing my face no more, because of what plagues I'm going to pour out. But I just went ahead and told you. I thought it would be more dramatic to wait till 6, but I didn't mean to just blurt it out. I really didn't mean to, but I'm glad I said it now. And I asked, is it really going to happen on the 27th? And in my dream, I was told, a quarter of the 11th will be brought in on the 27th. And I woke up, and I'm horrible at math. I didn't pass math class, guys, because I was just so bullied and so scared and everything, and I was too distracted and stuff. But I asked, hey, Siri, what's a quarter of the 11th? And it said 0.227. I looked at the clock, it was 227. Then days later, I decided to add up the numerical numbers of my name, and it was 227, several gematria. I was going to be doing signs and wonders. And this is like the prophet, Jonah did. He said, whoever's God is God, he's going to answer. And we'll prove whose God is real and whose God is false. And so all those false doctrines I put in the church, I put them all in that book. Jesus, Yeshua told me, he said, if I don't do it this way, they're going to keep following those false gospels to hell. And he said, I gotta clean up my church. I gotta prove who's me. I wanted to always do this. I wanted to pour out my power. He said it wasn't for me to do in my time because I came to die for those souls. I had my ministers to do that. I wanted to raise up somebody. And so he said, I can't find a man on the earth that is walking in holiness right now, but you're set apart for me. That's why I'm giving it to you. Because even the so-called churches, they've overcome those pornography and different things. They are still put out. When I came on there, they just would cast cold water on me, and they wouldn't want. And I was a menace to my people. I am a menace to my people. I'm hated by my people. And so it said in Elijah Codes, he'll be hated by his people. It said that the remnant is a corpse remnant, and that's kind of what I've been hated for, saying the remnant is a corpse before. And all these different things. Just look at the come near Elijah Code. It said there's darkness in his name. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, the 27th, I was told to do it on noon time, at least my time. It can't be noon everywhere, guys, because there's different times. But noontime, I'm not going to tell you how it's going to happen either, but how this thing was going to happen. That'll be in the stuff, in October 6th. But what do you call it? I'm going to lift up my staff noontime, because Jesus, I asked him what time to do it, and he said noontime. So it'll be noontime, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and on the 30th at 3 o'clock, the cloud will be removed and people will be able to see. And that 3 o'clock time will be different in some different time zones, but for me it's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the day and 12 noon, Texas time. And so, because it was 12 o'clock on the cross when Jesus was crucified, when that darkness hit. And you can look up what happened after that. It's prophetic. And so God is doing this to prove which gospel is the truth, so that those false gospels are going to be cast. Yeshua, remember when he talked about Revelation, he was about to cast them into tribulation. They would have some kind of tribulation, 10 days. There's a mystery to that, guys. So that's in this. A friend of mine years ago, Barbara, I did not know she certain 10 number thing and darkness, a great darkness in October. Well, he told me in a dream October 6th to 27th, and later he revealed it was darkness. And I was like, wait, she prophesied years ago about darkness, and he told me, yeah, that's the same thing. I was preparing you for that all these years. And so I didn't know I was going to be the one releasing it. I was kind of a scared kid back then, but Anyways, I'm going to lift up my staff and going to do it. And I used to laugh at these things, but I was put in the belly of Jonah, guys. I could see the muscles of the animal breathing. It was so real. It was around me. It was like this. I mean, it was like I can't describe what it looks like being in a fish. Normally it would be pitch black, but I had light. And so the guys that are holy on that time, guys, like the children of Israel, they had light in their dwellings. That darkness will not come in your house, but if not, that darkness will be in your house. It's a living day. It's a living darkness, guys. It's a darkness of hell, literally. It's outer darkness that the world's going to taste. It's the sign of the Son of Man coming with great power, the sign of him, where all the tribes of the earth are going to mourn. They're going to be terrified. There's some decades to go, believe it or not. He told me. They're going to be terrified, though. They're going to be outer in darkness, gnashing their teeth. If they're not saved, that's why I'm telling you to get rid of all these movies and things. That darkness will torment you. It'll literally torment you. The knife, the sword is going to go through all hearts and convict them. When he said, I'm going to convict the world of sin, he told me this 3 days of darkness will be officially, I'm releasing it. It'll be official conviction of the Holy Spirit. I'll convict them for rejecting the little ones of mine, for rejecting Elijah when he came, for the third, for rejecting the other Elijahs, for rejecting all my words. I'll convict them all of sin. And he told me this. He made it known so powerful and asked for a sign. What's a sign? You're going to send a cloud to cover the sun. And he said, Sahara dust cloud when I was awake. And then 2 days later, I saw Sahara dust cloud on the news. He also said Egypt plagues before that. And I saw one of the Egypt plagues, swarms of locusts in West Africa. And they compared it even to swarms of locusts. And so maybe it's better that you know now, guys, so you can get the leaven out of your houses. But it's going down, guys. I used to laugh at this, but Yeshua put me in the belly of Jonah. He confirmed it. And go search the scriptures. It says all over there after the time of Egypt. He says, at noontime I will cover the earth in darkness. And so it has to be noontime somewhere. It's noontime over here, where I am. But he's going to cover the world with darkness, and he's going to convict them. And it talks about in the Elijah codes, he circumcised a whole nation. You know, he circumcised a nation. There's going to be a nation of people pulled out, maybe from all the nations, but it's going to circumcise them. So go ahead if you want to. You can share this video with everybody. They're going to think I'm an absolute nutcase. Let them do it though. But I would never prophesy a date. But he told me I'm going to be the one doing this, and so. Make sure that your lamp isn't put out, because if it is, if you're in darkness at that time, it says in the book of Enoch, when that darkness happened, people that were sitting had to remain sitting. If you're standing, you had to remain standing. You could not see, they couldn't eat, they couldn't do anything. If you had your lamp put on, you could walk back and forth in your house, and I don't know how much light, but you have enough light to walk back and forth to eat, to get in the shower, to do whatever. But people shouldn't definitely not go outside. I don't want to describe all of it. There's a lot of myths about different things, about taping up your windows. I don't see any sense of doing that. No sense in taping up your windows. I don't see any sense of that. But there is a reason why there's the dangerous. You shouldn't go out there. And maybe you'll find out different things on October 6th and on. Just be ready, guys. October 27th. Also, I thought it was interesting. NASA canceled their flight plans October 27th, 28th, 29th. They canceled them after I gave that date, or I was speaking about it somewhere, I can't remember. They canceled it. So those governments of the world, they listen to conversations. They take these things seriously. When it's a serious prophecy, Satan's been watching for this a long time. It says all over the scripture, I will cover the earth with a cloud at noontime. It's like they keep prophesying Isaiah's sign, or they keep prophesying Elijah's, or not Elijah, the 3 days darkness on Moses' sign over and over. It happened, this will be the 5th time it happened. It happened when Moses did it the first time, and then when, Jonah, the prophet, was in the belly of a whale 3 days, 3 nights. The Son of Man, it was darkness 3 hours on the cross, and then he went in the ground 3 days. And then next time it's this three days of darkness for the entire world. And he told me October 27th, and it's harvest time, you know. And so harvest has to be read before that happens. And then I'll shut off the camera because I got it. It says what your father rewards you what you do in secret. But shut off the camera after that and do that. And if this happens, you'll know who I am, who I say I am, guys. But get ready for this. Till next time, shalom.